Candle: what really happened between Neanderthals and us. History for sleep. Soft ambient music plays, the sound of wind sweeping over ancient plains. Narrator: gentle, deep tone. Close your eyes, and imagine a world before cities, before empires, before the first spark of recorded history. A world of stone and silence, where firelight flickered inside caves. And in the shadows of those fires sat two kinds of humans. We were one of them. The others were the Neanderthals. Chapter 1: The World Before Us. It is around 400,000 years ago. The Earth is colder, harsher, and quieter than the one we know today. Ice sheets stretch across northern Europe. Woolly mammoths roam the frozen tundra. And deep within the forests of Eurasia, another species of human thrives, Neanderthals. They are powerful, broad-shouldered, and resilient. Their lives are short but full of endurance. They craft stone tools, hunt in groups, and know how to use fire. They bury their dead and may even have believed in something beyond death. While they live in Europe and parts of Asia, our ancestors, Homo sapiens, are still far away, in Africa. Two separate worlds, two kinds of humans, unaware that one day, their paths will cross. And history will never be the same again. Chapter 2: The Coming of Us. Fast forward to about 70,000 years ago. Africa, the cradle of humankind, is alive with change. Homo sapiens have evolved to think, to dream, to plan. They create art with ochre, carve tools from bone, and tell stories by firelight. Then, a great migration begins. Small groups of our ancestors begin walking out of Africa, step by step. They follow herds of animals, rivers, and coastlines, spreading slowly across the Middle East, into Asia, and beyond. For the first time in history, the world is no longer home to just one type of human. Chapter 3: The First Encounter. Somewhere in the valleys of the Levant, near modern-day Israel or Syria, a group of Neanderthals looks across a valley and sees something strange. These newcomers look a little different. Taller, leaner, with softer faces. They carry new tools and weapons, perhaps made from materials the Neanderthals have never seen. And their language, their sounds, are unfamiliar. It is here, perhaps, that two human species meet, not in war, but in curiosity. They watch each other from a distance, both cautious and fascinated. They share the same prey, the same dangers, the same sky. What did they think of us? And what did we think of them? We may never truly know. Chapter 4: Friends, Foes, or Family. For decades, scientists believed that when Homo sapiens met Neanderthals, we simply replaced them. That our ancestors were smarter, more advanced, and pushed them into extinction. But the truth is far more complex. Today, DNA tells a deeper story. When scientists sequenced the Neanderthal genome in 2010, they discovered something remarkable. Neanderthal DNA lives inside us. Most humans alive today, especially those from Europe or Asia, carry between 1 to 2% Neanderthal DNA. This means our ancestors didn't just compete with Neanderthals. They interbred with them. For thousands of years, the two species coexisted. They hunted the same animals, shared shelter from the cold, and yes, they loved and had children together. We are not entirely separate from them. In many ways, we are part Neanderthal. Chapter 5: Life Together. Imagine life in Ice Age Europe. The forests are thick and cold. Caves offer shelter from wind and snow. Neanderthals and Homo sapiens live side by side, perhaps in small bands that occasionally meet, trade, or share stories by firelight. Some of us may have learned survival skills from them. How to hunt reindeer, how to tan hides, how to live through long winters. In return, maybe we taught them how to make finer tools or paint symbols on cave walls. Some caves in France and Spain bear marks and handprints believed to be made by Neanderthals long before our arrival. Two species, slowly learning from one another. Their lives intertwined in ways lost to time. Chapter 6: The Fall of the Neanderthals. But as millennia passed, things began to change. The climate grew unstable, food became harder to find, and slowly, the Neanderthals began to vanish. By around 40,000 years ago, they were gone, their last strongholds in the caves of southern Spain and Gibraltar fading into silence. Why did they disappear? No single answer exists. Perhaps they were outnumbered. Perhaps our ancestors competed more effectively for food. Perhaps disease spread between the groups. Or maybe, they simply became absorbed into us through interbreeding, their legacy carried on in our genes. Whatever the reason, when the last Neanderthal died, a chapter of human history closed forever. And yet, they never truly vanished. Because inside you, inside me, their story still lives. Chapter 7, The Legacy Within Us. That small fragment of Neanderthal DNA we still carry affects us in ways we are only beginning to understand. It shapes how our immune systems fight disease. It influences our hair, our skin, even how we sleep or process sunlight. When we look in the mirror, small traces of them look back. Their bloodline continues through us, not as a memory, but as part of who we are. And so, when we study Neanderthals, we're not just studying an extinct species. We are looking into a mirror, one that shows us the deeper roots of humanity. Chapter 8, Rediscovery. In the 19th century, the first Neanderthal bones were found in a valley in Germany, the Neander Valley, or Neanderthal in German. At first, people thought they were the remains of a deformed human. Only later did science reveal the truth. They were a different kind of human altogether. Since then, hundreds of fossils have been discovered, from France to Siberia, telling us about their lives, their art, their struggles, and their love. They were not brutish cavemen as once believed. They cared for the sick, buried their dead, and perhaps sang to the stars just as we do. Chapter 9, The Echoes of Time. When you stand beneath a night sky and feel the weight of eternity pressing down, remember, you are part of an unbroken chain that stretches back hundreds of thousands of years. Every breath, every heartbeat, every dream carries echoes of those who came before. The Neanderthals are gone, but in our DNA, our bones, and our souls, they live on. So as you drift into sleep tonight, imagine their fires burning in the darkness of long-forgotten caves. Imagine their voices singing softly in the cold night air. And know that you are listening to something ancient, something human. Something that connects us all. Dash dash dash. Gentle wind fades, crackling fire remains. Narrator, softly. Good night, traveler through time. The story of us is still being written. And it began long before the first word was ever spoken.